What's up, y'all? It's that Sports Kid here with another episode of the Cincinnati Dynasty series. I continued, and we're gonna keep going with this series. We're not gonna stop after 1 year. We will keep going till y'all don't want to watch it anymore. Big coaching change. We have hired defensive coordinator Pat Narduzzi. If you don't know, Pat Narduzzi was the head coach at the University of Pittsburgh, and now he is our defensive coordinator. He is also a level 33 defensive coordinator, and he can have all of the upgrades. He has all the skill points. He will be a very big deal and a big coach on this staff, backing up head coach Travis Kelce. Here in our players leaving section, we are sadly going to lose Tyler Scott, an 89 overall, projected to be a 5th round draft pick. We're also going to lose Jawan Briggs, who is an 88 overall defensive tackle. Sad to see them go. I hope they have good careers. We are going to try to keep Jake Renfro, let's say 2nd round draft pick. Okay, he is going to decide to stay and play out his senior season here. We won't lose any quarterbacks, running backs. We will lose 2 receivers, Scott and Thompson. Thompson was quite good. I really enjoyed playing with him. We will not lose him. Do we have any? We do have 1 defensive tackle. Do we have any linebackers? Yes. Deshaun Pace, you are a 96 overall, buddy. Why are you not going to the draft? Deshaun Pace does not want the bag. We aren't losing that many players. We do lose Ryan Coe. He is our kicker. But I believe we have replaced him with a freshman. We are ranked 24 after that 9-4 season. We did have a Cotton Bowl win. Go watch our Cotton Bowl win in the last video. Here is the draft results. Scott and Briggs both got drafted in the 5th and 7th rounds respectively. They're gonna make a little bit of money, and I would be happy if I was in their situation. Here we are going to the recruiting week. This is a very big deal. We have some very important prospects on this recruiting board. We only have 10,000 points. Sort by overall. We did replace Coe with Russ Stanley, #1 kicker in the country, and he is an accurate archetype. This is the guy, Gilbert Thompson. This is a program-changing player. He's a 5-star quarterback, #1 quarterback in the country, and he is a scrambler, meaning he can put up insane stats through the air or on the ground. He has great throw accuracy, 96. Throw power is a little bit weaker, but it's still quite good. And his speed is insane. Acceleration also insane. Great break tackle as well. We need to sign Gilbert Thompson. We beat out Bama, Georgia, A&M, and LSU for this kid. We have a giant lead, and we need to hold that. We also have Mark Brown, 4-star receiver from Alaska. Very, very good player. He is a gem with almost 90 speed. We're going to have to try to get him. Bobby Marcus is another player that we're going after. So is Chris Patterson, Montrell Harper, Don Williams, and Chris Lewis. We have a lot of players that we could go after, and only 10,000 points. We have signed quite a few not great players, honestly. Mostly 3 stars, I believe. There's 1 4-star, Dan Woods. I don't think we're going to roll with Dan Woods at quarterback. Probably ever, hopefully. He's not great. Alfred Murray, 3-star. And this athlete, Clay Martin. What do you play? Oh, you have good throwing stats. Anyway, we are not going to have a large class. As long as we can sign Gilbert Thompson, I think it'll be successful. Let's go ahead and put 2,000 points on him. No, 2,500. To really lock him up. We are projected to get him. We already have a 4,000 475-point lead. I don't think Bam's going to go after him. I'll bump it up to 3,000 just to be safe. I really, really want this kid, but there's also so many other great players in this class. This guy has insane speed, great stiff arm, catching is good. Bobby Marcus, you could be a target. We're pretty locked up on Montreal Harper and Chris Patterson. I think we could go after Mark Brown, probably with 3,000 points. 3,000 seems pretty safe. Now we only have 4,000 points left to spread between these four guys. I'm actually going to bump up Gilbert Thompson, 500 more points. We really need to get him. Bobby Marcus, Chris Patterson, and Montreal Harper. Bobby Marcus, let's see what position Bobby Marcus should play. I think it should tell us here. No, it's not going to. Usually it says what athletes are best at. We're going to sort by overall again. Chris Patterson, blocking tight end. Montreal Harper, a coverage corner. Let's put 1,000 on Montreal Harper. I think that would be pretty safe. Let's put 1,000 on Chris Patterson. And then 1,500 on Bobby Marcus. I believe we are projected to take all of them already. Unless some of these schools make big moves, we should sign all 5. And that would be really big. It is 4 3 stars, 3 4. I don't know. It's a lot of really, really good players. Here we go. Gilbert Thompson, 5 stars, #1 quarterback in the country. We should lock him up. Advance to the next stage. This is signing day. This is a very big deal. Program changing players on the line. Is 3,500 points enough? I sure hope so. Yes, we got him. Oh my goodness. Signing day. Let's take a look at this. Gilbert Thompson. Incredible player. And we signed him. 5 stars. Mark Brown. Got him 2. He might even be a starting receiver. Bobby Marcus, another great player. And Chris Patterson as well. Oh man, what a class. All done on signing day. Ohio State went all in on Montreal Harper, and I'm not going to be too disappointed about that. I believe we signed 2 other cornerbacks. Yeah, we did. Would have been nice to have Montreal Harper, but I am not going to complain because we were able to sign 4 other insanely good players on signing day. Let's take a look at this recruiting class ranking. With those 4 players, we jumped all the way to the 22nd best recruiting class. Wow. Program changing moves. Let's go to the next stage. We'll decide where that athlete is going to play. Athlete. We actually have 2 athletes that we signed. This guy's from Hawaii. I didn't even notice that. Bobby Marcus. We also have Clay Martin from Dayton, Ohio. Bobby Marcus, where do you play best at? Running back is good. Receiver is also very good. I assume you could play defensive back. No. It's either running back or receiver. Now, Clay Martin, I don't think you're ever going to get playing time as a quarterback. You could play running back or receiver. You good at defensive back? No. Okay. Take a look at this quarterback room. We will have Evan Prater going into his senior season. Redshirt senior. One last season for him. Then we are going to have Gilbert Thompson as our starter. Next season. Not this season, the season after this season. We have a pretty full quarterback room. How about running back? We could put one guy at running back. How is the receiver room looking? A little bit weak, if I'm honest. A lot of players, but none of them are very good. Okay, let's see how Bobby Marcus fits in at running back. Pretty good. Pretty good. Solid player, and you get starting time in a couple years. At receiver, he's a 77. This year, he could probably start. Depends on how everyone else develops. This guy can also play receiver, 72 overall. We'll put him in there. 72 overall, not great. Do you play better at running back? No. You play best at quarterback. But I really don't see him getting any time at quarterback. I like this. I like it. Bobby Marcus, running back. And Clay Martin, my bad, at receiver. Wow. Okay. Training results. This is also very important. We're going to see how good all of our players are. Jake Renfro, you stayed for your last year, buddy, and you went up to a 99 overall. I'm glad we kept you around. Glad you stayed around. Evan Prater is a 93 overall. The backup is a 77, so we're definitely going to see that 5-star recruit play next season. Running back, Miles Montgomery is quite good. 87 overall. Bumped up 5. Fullback, I don't even know if we recruited a fullback. Whatevs. Pauling, said his name so many times. Went up 5 points. Chris Scott also went up 5 points. Drew Donnelly, I don't think we saw him play much. Also went up 5 points. Tight end, man, this tight end room has got to get a little bit better because we have Travis Kelce as our head coach, #1 tight end, probably, maybe ever. He's got to coach these kids up. Let's see, do we have any good linebackers? Linebacking room is not great. Cornerbacks, we have lots of depth. Same with safeties. Punter is a 90 overall. We're going to have the freshman playing kicker. No biggie. Next stage, we might have to cut a few players. Yes. Oh, wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of players. Okay. I feel like we can safely cut Dan Woods. We do have a guy that's the same age coming in who will probably play more. Eric Howell, I think we can also cut. We have... Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Running back, I think we should cut Williams. That leaves us with a freshman and a sophomore behind 2 upperclassmen. Ooh, Clay Martin is the last guy in this receiving room. That is not good. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. We're going to have a lot of young players here. Mark Brown is a 79 overall. He could be one of our starters. He should get playing time this season as a 4-star recruit from Alaska, of all places. We got kids from Hawaii and Alaska. And Ohio. Probably crazier. Oh, man. Tight end room. Lots of players. I think we can probably cut Peyton Singletary. He's an upperclassman. This would be his last year. And we have a freshman that's already better than him. And the next guy behind him isn't much worse. I think that's a good cut. Sorry. I probably could have let him play his career out. I was gonna... It already happened. Can't go back on that. Left guard. Ooh, why are you... +8 overall. That's impressive. But you are cut. We need to cut 4 more players. We have 2 super seniors at center. That's not good. Ideally, we don't. Might switch one of their positions. Mario Eugenio. Oh, he is returning. He was a freshman last year. Wow, and he is already an 87 overall. Fantastic player. It's difficult to cut these last 4 players on the defensive line. We're gonna have 2 upperclassmen. We can cut Patrick Kelly. We can cut him. We need to cut 3 more players. Ooh, could cut a middle linebacker. Yeah, we're gonna cut Grant Hefner. Sorry, buddy. It's always kind of sad to cut a bunch of players. So many players at cornerback. Insane. We're just gonna get rid of the worst one. We need to get rid of 1 more player. Strong safety room. We have 2 seniors, 2 redshirt freshmen. Oh, man. I might just have to go and find the worst player on the roster. Oh, freshman free safety? I didn't even see you. Oh, yeah, you are literally the worst. 44 overall. We can't have that. You can't have that on the roster. Okay. Did some sad stuff. Had to cut some guys. Never like to cut players. If they're not going to add to the team and if they're not going to see playing time, why should we make them go to all the practices and work out all the time? Custom conferences. We're not going to really change anything here. We have the Big 12 North and the Big 12 South. Pretty strong Big 12 North, I think. We do have OU and Oklahoma State, Kansas State, and Cincinnati. Pretty good now. Big 12 South might be a little bit better. No, I'm going to say Big 12 North. Big 12 North is better. We're just going to go to the next stage into the preseason. We might set up our schedule. I don't know if we played Miami, Memphis, and who else was it? Miami, Memphis, and Louisville last year. Let's look at redshirting players before we set up our recruiting board. All of our best players are all redshirted already, except Fletcher, who we can't redshirt because he's our starter. Ooh, do we redshirt Gilbert Thompson? He isn't going to be a starter, and his backup isn't too much worse. I see him as a kid that's going to declare early anyway. We're not going to redshirt him. Sophomore. I'll just go through here real quick. I don't think I want to redshirt any defensive tackles because we don't have that many, although we only use 2 at a time, sometimes 1. No, I'm not going to talk myself into it. Corners, we could easily redshirt this guy probably. Hamilton. Let's keep Hamilton around for another year. We don't usually play 4 corners at a time. He probably won't be a starter, but he will be a starter next year. We're going to redshirt him. Strong safety. No. Alright. Only a couple guys. Actually, more than I usually do. Only a couple that we redshirted. This is our schedule, how it got lined up this year. I think we played Miami at home last year. It should be on the road this year. Who are out of conference? We have Miami, Purdue. Do we have one like late season? Yes. Ooh. Okay, we have to play Louisville. Can we play them in any other week? Yes, we could play them in this week. rivalry. Should be a home game. Because it was on the road last year. And then who do we play this year? We could play an SEC team. Always pretty good. Florida State, really good in the ACC. We could play a Mountain West team. Miami and Michigan, both top 5 teams. I think we should play someone that's really good. I think Ohio State's number 1. Let's do it. Let's play Ohio State. In-state game versus the number 1 team in the country on the road. Maybe it'll be a maybe it'll be a college game day game. Maybe so. So schedule at Ohio State versus TCU, at Miami versus Tech, at BYU. That'll be an interesting game. Then we have a bye. Home for Kansas State, away for Iowa State, home for Oklahoma State, away for Kansas, home for West Virginia, away at OU, and then home for Louisville. Very strong schedule. It's going to be an A- with a starting game against the number 1 team in the country. We're going to save that. Let's set up the recruiting board. I never make custom players for our recruiting classes. A lot of team needs. Wow. Punter, really? Really? Oh, and of course no one wants to come to good old Cincy. Man, these guys suck. This guy's really good. I'll throw these 2 guys on the board. Probably end up taking at least one of them. Punter, strong safety. We need all the safeties. Boom, 4-star, and we are the first interest. 3-star right there. Do we want to go after someone a little bit better? Let's take a look at the pipeline. Who's in a pipeline state? Really? How do we not have Texas as a pipeline state? Weird. This part might be a little boring. If you want to skip ahead, you can go ahead and do that. I wouldn't blame you. This kid, Brandon Ball, is from Ohio and is a mid 4-star. Need center. We do have 2 redshirt seniors at center. Really weird. Player 102 and 103 are both centers. No one interested in the top 1,000. Ooh, this guy's from Ohio. Probably gonna get a good bonus on him. Tackle. We need 1 tackle. 1 5-star tackle in the whole class. I don't like that we still have to fight the MAC schools. I think we've proven ourselves. How do we not have Texas as a pipeline? That's wild. We need one quarterback. Are any top quarterbacks interested? No. Of course not. They're interested in Arizona State. Duke? Really? Arizona State and Duke? 3-star. 6th interest. Not very good. I think I'm getting just a ton of Discord notifications and I don't even know why. I'll check that after this. Okay, we could go after another top quarterback, but I don't think we really need to. We might be able to sign one later in the season. So now's the fun part. We just see all the guys who are interested in Cincinnati. Boom. Top 50 player right there. Heath Carter. 106th best player in the country. 4-star running back. Defensive end. Athlete. Receiver. Guard. Receiver. Receiver. Athlete. D-tackle. Just keep them all on the board. Defensive end. Athlete. Receiver. Receiver. I'm not... okay. I'm gonna remove these guys. We don't need like 12 receivers on the board. A little excited. Okay, we'll scout as many of these guys as we can. Good punter, Randy Chase. Nick Cossey, not real happy. #1 punter in the country. 85 overall. 85 overall. I hit my desk on accident. That's how happy I was to see an 85 overall. Josh Singletary. Donovan Moore. Marquise Williams. Maurice Ramiz. Brandon Ball. Saw you. You were the #2 safety. Might have to go after you. Really good center. Wow. 79. You're the #1 center, though. Another good center. Another one. Wow. #2 center, of course. Just going after all the top centers. Okay, I think this guy had interest. Not that tackle. We have a lead on him. Maurice Ramirez. Ramirez. Cool. 250 points remaining. I'll just scout as many guys as I can with that. And most of the players on our board have interest. A 79 overall outside linebacker. Wow. 3 athletes, none of them are crazy. Let's take a look at the centers again. This is a big deal. 80 overall and a 79 overall. Cool. We redshirted, we recruited, we set the schedule. Now all we have to do is start the season. We'll take a quick look at how we are projected to land in the conference. There might be something else, but that will probably be it this episode. We have 3 preseason All-Americans and 7 preseason All-Conference players. What? Okay, we'll look at the conference outlook. 2nd in the conference. Okay. We're a 90 overall. Wow. We're only 3 overalls behind OU. That is crazy. offense is a 91, defense is an 88. Impressive. Heisman watch. Nope. We are going to play Travion Henderson in week 1, who could win the Heisman. I think he won it last year, actually. Who are the All-Americans? First team, Jake Renfro, 99 overall. Insane. Then we have Mario Eugenio, only a sophomore. He's the player I usually use her with. So, yeah, I got like 30 sacks. 30. 3-0 with him last year. Oh, and it's Jack Dingle. Always a fun player. 81 overall. Senior middle linebacker. Let's look at your career stats. Last year, 62 tackles, 11 TFLs, 4 sacks. Pretty good season last year. Anyway, that is the all... Well, let's see who made the all-conference team. Who made the all-conference team? Montgomery! First team all-conference preseason. Of course, Renfro, Eugenio, Dingle. Any more first team? No. Second team players, we do have some. Cooley for Houston. Interesting. Right tackle, Joe Huber. 89 overall. Hardaway, Jonquise Hardaway, cornerback. And he has another year left. He's only a junior. Senior Byron Threats. So looks like our defensive backs are going to be pretty good. Cool. A lot of hype. A lot of hype in the preseason. We are preseason ranked 26th. We have an A- as a grade for championship contenders. Looks like we're not going to do as well next year, but we should be good this year. Interesting. What are the current rankings? Who are we behind? Behind Georgia Tech. Somehow good. We have the same ratings as them. Offense actually is better. In between Georgia Tech and Michigan State. Wow. Cool. That is pretty much all for, well, I guess I'll do recruiting real quick. I know it's boring. I want to post this, though, because if I don't, I'll be called like a cheater or something. Of course, we should probably scout everyone before we actually recruit them. Why go after the second best player when the first one's interested and you just don't know it? Pretty good athlete right there, Kevin Kelly. You a scrambler? No, you're a pocket passer. I hate pocket passers. Pocket passers never get as much credit as they should because they have no mobility. And a true pocket passer with like 40 speed can't run the option. It's very difficult to move the ball most of the time unless all your receivers are good and your offensive line is good. We do have the number 9 running back in the country here, Matt Roden. Hopefully saying that correctly. He is a power running back with great speed. We are immediately going to give him an offer and put in 300. 250 actually seems fair. We do actually... Punters are very important players. Go all in on the 2 best punters. Then put in like 100 on Charles Rose. Just as a backup in case stuff goes bad. Marquise Williams. Very interested. He's true 63 overall. Not my favorite, but whatever. Who else did we need? Tackle, safety, center. Tackle, safety, center, quarterback. Ooh. Brandon Ball. Have to go all in on Brandon Ball. Maurice Ramirez. Already very interested. Will offer you a scholarship and 250 points a week. We'll put points on Josh Singletary. Probably 25. You can't go all in on week 1. Things will change throughout the season. Outside linebacker. Oh, man, it's really hard not to go all in on Heath Carter. Number 2 outside linebacker and almost an 80 overall. Probably an immediate starter. It's really hard not to go all in on him. 350 seems all right. Jamar Barrett, almost a 70 overall. 150 points. I'll say 200 and a scholarship. We'll look at center. Center, very important. We're going to have 2 freshmen, we have 2 seniors. Michael Lindsay, 75 points on a scholarship seems fair right now. Maurice Nelson. Projected to not select us already. No. Guard, will offer him a scholarship. I don't really have a great strategy except for go after team needs first. I don't feel like we're going to get Cedric Fellows. I think points might be better spent on Patrick Stars. Give him a scholarship. Lyon Tyree. Say 75 points. We're going to have a lot of points in the next week that we're going to be able to spend because we spent a lot on scouting this week. Matt Roden, we already put points on you. We do have a scrambler, Matt Martin. I think it'll be good to have him as sort of a security in case stuff goes very wrong on the road at Ohio State. Man, I don't think these teams have even played very often. They're not too far away, and they're both relatively good. We found one bust. One offensive coordinator upgrade. Our OC is not good right now. Gino Guidugli. Great name. Very pronounceable. We'll do recruiting here. I know this is boring, and like 4 people are probably watching. But I try to put it all on camera. We're gonna have to put more points on Matt Roden if we want him. I think our receiving room is pretty okay. All in on Patrick Stars. Falling behind a little. Not great on Colin Robinson. Also not great with Keith Burke. They are both projected to go to Ohio State. We do still have a lead on Joe Nelson. Wouldn't be the worst, but definitely not ideal. Maurice Nelson, we are holding a lead. Good lead on that D tackle. Joe Carter. Heath Carter. I didn't even see. Joe's not even a person on the screen. down by 380, down by 680, but losing 380 a week. We have so many bonuses on him. Proximity to home, coach prestige, playing time, and a pipeline. All in. Brandon Lowe, we are his #1 school right now. Brandon Hall, we are not his #1 school right now. Maurice Ramirez right now is okay. Nick Causey, it's alright. Doing okay. Randy Chase, it would be really nice to have him. Probably develop very well. Are any... No, none of these guys. 90 speed. Okay, Kevin Kelly. I see you. Getting a little respect that 90 speed. Team needs tackle, center, safety, corner, quarterback. Even if Matt Martin's overall is low, he's a scrambler, which means we could switch over to like an option sort of offense. Luke Wilson, you're just slow. Slow. I would totally recruit you. You are too slow. Go all in on Matt Roden. And we have 100 points left. $50 left. Let's make sure we at least get one at center. Okay, there we go. Finally, okay. Next video, we're just going to get right into the Ohio State game. That is all. That is all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. It was really long, just the off-season. Probably really boring. Thanks for staying. Thanks for watching. And until the next one, peace.